Hi, everybody. Welcome to Barça Volume. Welcome to another episode with Will Carnage. Man, how are you, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited. International break is over. Real Madrid is back. Yeah,
It's
man.
back, bro. We're
Yeah.
finally through this whole international break thing until the end of the year. We already kind of know all the World Cup teams, which is kind of cool. And yeah, I'm just so excited that we're back at the Camp Nou. You guys are back against Elche. We're back against Pathetic Club and Nico Williams and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of fun to talk about. But before I do that, bro, I just gotta tell you guys, and I gotta hand it to Florentino Perez, bro, because I don't know, he's always mentioning the fans, and he's always like giving their fans like whatever they need and want and more in terms of winning, in terms of like the good front office, and now this whole thing, dude, with the Infinity, Madrid Infinity or Bernabeu Infinity, I don't even know what it's called, but I just gotta tell you, I'm very excited myself because even though it's not my club, it could open the Pandora's box to what the future of football may be looking like with this whole infinity thing. Like it's supposed to be a technology that brings you literally inside the stadium. And from some of the things that I've heard, and I want to get your thoughts on this because you're a Madrid fan, but you can literally see like get a seat by Xavi Alonso or like the coaches. They're gonna be like a coach's seat or something like that. It's like, and you're gonna be watching like the real fans, like in real time, like whoever shows up, you're gonna be able to see everybody. Now we'll get into a little bit on like the logistics things, but just overall, man, your thoughts on this thing? Like, it's gonna be an expensive luxury, but to be able to be there with the atmosphere of the Bernabeu, to me, it's just into like another level. This is a new
Yeah,
dimension
bro.
type of
It's
technology.
virtual reality. And I think
Yeah.
the club is partnered with Apple like on this. So you'll probably need like one of like those
Yeah, the
like
glasses.
goggles or yeah, and those are super expensive. I'm not getting one myself. But
That's the problem.
would be cool, right? To imagine I'm sitting right here. It's a match day, right? Let's say El
Yeah,
Clasico, and
yeah.
I'm able to put my glasses on, my VR, and it
It
brings me
it's
into the stadium as if I'm right there and I'm watching the game live, as if I'm on the touch line or as if I'm in this row, this section.
yeah.
Amazing,
It's
futuristic.
insane. You got to do it at least, even if you return them later. You got to do at least like one watch along with this thing where you're like literally telling everybody
I
how
mean,
how
thing is,
that
bro, like,
feels.
luckily for me, so my stepfather, this guy is huge into technology, like the gadgets.
Oh,
So he'll probably have whatever you need for that. If you're watching, he'll probably already have it because he always getting like everything Apple, everything this.
yeah,
He's watching like tech reviews. That's up
right.
his alley. So yeah, I might have to borrow that one time.
Just
Maybe
so
if
that
I
you
could
can
show it on
experience.
like a watch along, maybe I could like plug it into my computer and do a watch
Yeah.
along, kind of like VR. Who knows?
I'm
But
sure you have to like buy a ticket though, like, right? Just like
do
you
you have to buy a
would.
ticket?
Yeah, like for
Probably,
Real Madrid.
probably, because the club are going to need to make money from this. So yeah, that would make sense. But it kind of goes back to what you were saying about Florentino Perez. This brother is ahead of his time. Like this
And what
man
he
is
said, bro, what he said, it's like internet was built for Madrid fans.
killed. Like this guy. Like how can you replace him, bro?
No,
How?
dude, you
How?
can't,
Like
bro.
what a president! Oh my days. If I saw Perez in real life, I would cry, bro. Like,
Dude,
because I'm just witnessing greatness. Like,
yeah.
he's so innovative, bro. Like, even look
And
at
then
the
he mentions
stadium.
Steve Jobs as well. He says Steve Jobs. He's not, because they asked him about the money thing, and he
Yeah,
said, "Well,
yeah.
it's not about the money. I mean, that'll come, but it's about like making something special." And he's like, what we want to create here, it's like a before and after in the world of football as we know it, and it totally makes sense, bro, because to
Yeah.
be able to experience, like for example, for someone like me you are in the USA as well, we
Yep.
don't have like the means to just go and travel all the time to Madrid or Bernabeu. We can literally, like, if we have these glasses, right, which is a big if. I checked and they're way too expensive. They're like three
How much are
thousand
they?
dollars, like 3,000, bro. That's crazy, man. I don't know why these things are so expensive, but they are expensive. Then you're probably
Maybe I'll
gonna
just
get.
stick to ESPN.
Then you're probably gonna have to get a ticket, which is not gonna be as if you're going to the Bernabeu. It's probably gonna be like, let's say,
Virtual ticket.
a ticket is like maybe $200, right, or maybe 250. A
Yeah.
ticket for the virtual reality experience is probably gonna run like $100. That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not going to be the same, but it'll be like a pretty good amount. So I'm
Yeah,
thinking
probably.
like $99, and plus you have to have the glasses, and you may have to get some sort of a membership with Apple. I don't even know, dude. It's crazy, man. I just wanted to mention that because I think if Barcelona, if this was Barca, dude, I would be super excited right now. Like
Yeah,
it
no,
just
for sure.
this is very close to happening from what I've been hearing. So I don't know. Maybe it will. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, look, like last thing that I wanted to say on this too is I know that we give Florentino Perez like all the credit when things like this happen,
yeah.
but I think it's my opinion. I think there's people behind the scenes that are kind of throwing these ideas at him because Perez is like 78. You think
But
this
you
guy
have to
knows
be
what VR
innovative.
is? Perez probably never even heard of virtual reality until like when it first got brought to him. But like this guy is 78. He's not on Instagram. He don't know what the trends are. So
Yeah.
there's definitely people that he goes to that suggest him things, or maybe Apple came to us with the proposal, possibly, right? That's the thing
But
as
he
well.
could have said no,
No,
because he doesn't
that's a good point.
understand.
It's a good point. But nah, it's like you said, bro. Like it's gonna be a dope thing.
So here's
Hopefully,
a crazy take for you.
go ahead.
They changed the name Santiago Bernabeu
Yeah, to
to
just Bernabeu.
Bernabeu.
Yeah.
Dude, don't be surprised if the Santiago Bernabeu becomes
The
Apple
Perez.
Bernabeu.
Oh, that nah.
Hey, bro, hey. They
Nah.
changed it because I probably want to get a sponsor. I don't know.
Nah. They'll never change. Like I don't think
Well, they
they'll ever
changed the
sell the naming
Santiago.
rights.
They changed the Santiago. So why would they do that?
So they changed it like last year. They did it because they just said just for like the marketing, just like the Bernabeu, just they want just one word, not like Santiago Bernabeu, because it's still the same person. It's still in his honor.
Okay.
But
All
yeah,
right. I'm just
I
saying.
don't see us
It used to be
doing
the
that.
Camp
But
Nou. It used to be the Camp Nou. Now it's the Spotify Camp Nou. So I don't know, bro.
I mean, but we're also not in your financial situation as well, to be
Yeah,
honest.
but everybody does this. I think the Lakers are gonna do this same virtual reality thing. From what I was researching, I was
And
looking at
that's dope,
the
bro. That's
the
dope.
Lakers want to do the same thing. And like I said, all the teams in the USA, right? They all have a sponsorship stadium name.
Yeah,
So Real Madrid, that's another way to make money. If, like, for example, if Apple wanted to buy, wanted to sponsor the stadium, they can do that. Like that's what Barca's doing with Spotify, things like that. But
yeah,
but
nah.
but now, bro,
Bad
let's
talk.
get into the games though. Let's start off with Barca
Mhm.
because there's a lot of stuff going on, especially because we're coming back at the Camp Nou, and I want to get your thoughts, dude. I'm very excited for a lot of reasons. The Camp Nou is gonna be roaring, all the fans, but not just that, bro. The extra salt or the extra cherry on top of the cake, dude. Nico Williams comes back I think just one game back from injury, and now this will be his second game in a row, I think. And now, will Barcelona fans be waiting for Nico Williams, and will they have something to say? A lot of Barca fans were salty. I was salty myself the way he did the clubs. He could have just said, no, we're not. Again, just for those who don't know or who don't remember, Nico Williams came to Deco's camp and asked for possibly transfer to Barcelona, and all of a sudden he used that as leverage to get
Yeah.
a lot of money for the club that he really wanted to play for the rest of his life. I don't know why. He's got his reasons. He loves this club. It's fine. I don't care. But those who know that he literally used the club. So a lot of fans are
I
going to
agree.
be probably trying to make life hell for Nico Williams on his debut back at the Camp Nou. So how do you see this whole thing playing out, bro? How do you think? Do you think we win this game? Do you think the fans are going to be crazy against Nico, or you think the fans are not going to care? What do you see this game playing out overall, bro?
Yeah, I think Barca are gonna win. I don't think Bilbao have been that good this season. They could
Yeah.
get something from this match, but I think with this being the first game back at the Camp Nou, the fans are going to be up for it. The atmosphere is only going to be 45K, I think, but
Yeah,
it's going to
45.
sound like more, right? Just because
Yeah.
you're finally back. Barca know that they can't lose this first game, especially Nico Williams. Yeah, he's going to have a hard day as well. They're going to be booing him every time he takes a touch. I do
Yeah.
think he did use your club, and I know that we like to banter about you guys getting rejected, but at the same time, I said it in the
Yeah.
summer when it first happened. I'll say it here: Barcelona dodged a bullet, right? I think, and I said it. To be fair, I actually said that getting Rashford on loan was better than getting Diaz for 75 million or Nico Williams for 60 million. I said this, and I still believe in that, right? Nico Williams, I mean, yeah, he's been dealing with the same injury that Lamine Yamal has been, but I think even before that, he's just not been productive at all. I think he's a very overrated player, but
Mhm.
it would be interesting to see how he turns up in this
Yeah,
match coming off of injury.
yeah.
Like, is he gonna, because he can be a threat on the counter? Him and his brother. They also have
I think
Sanset that's
Iñaki
coming back.
Williams is doubtful for this game.
Oh, is he doubtful?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's
So then
doubtful
that'd be
for
a
the
big
game.
boost for Barca as well. But
Yeah,
I
I did.
think regardless,
Mhm.
I'm expecting Barca to get the 3 points. I think it will be a difficult game, though. I don't think you're going to slap them.
No,
I
I
think,
mean,
yeah,
I definitely think that the X factor for me is Joan Garcia. Is he gonna start this game? Because he's back. He's not on the injury report, so it's just up to the medical staff. It's
what
just
would you
not
do?
well. I would start Joan Garcia because
Start him?
I'm definitely going to start him against Chelsea. So I'm not going to throw him into the fire, right? I'm not going to just throw him into the fire against Chelsea on like
Get a
one
minute.
game, no games back. I kind of want to get him back into rhythm. And Athletic Club is a perfect club to do it against, the perfect game. We're back at the Camp Nou. We want to basically send a statement. I actually think that if Chesney, right, that's the difference from my confidence level. If Chesney is a goalkeeping, I actually think this game plays out a little bit like 4-2, maybe
Ooh, okay.
3-1. I don't think we can keep a clean sheet. We haven't been able to keep a clean sheet against any club, with Chesney on goal. So like I'm
Yeah.
thinking, if Joan Garcia gets back, I think we absolutely gonna win this game at least 3-0, because we will keep a clean sheet with Joan Garcia, but I
Do
just
you?
don't see us. I
I
just
think
don't
you
see it.
concede this game regardless of who's in
No,
goal, especially with Jean Garcia coming off of an injury as well. Maybe
yeah,
might be a little bit rusty. The
yeah,
reflexes might not be match ready yet. But it's a good point that you brought up. I wasn't even thinking about Chelsea next week.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, you should, in theory, start Jean Garcia, and
yeah,
then against Chelsea, he'll be more up to speed versus
yeah,
you just throw him into the deep end against a Chelsea team that have some good attackers, and then you don't want to lose another UCL game. So, I actually think that's a very good point, bro. But at the
yeah.
same time, though, right? What I will say is that, are we going to see Hansi Flick do the same thing that he did in the second half versus Celta Vigo? Is he going to adjust those tactics to start the game off? Or is it going to be like
Exactly.
a basketball match where it's back and forth, back and forth? I don't know, bro. That's
Dude,
the
the last
thing.
two games have been ridiculous, bro. We played against Club Brugge. They score, we score, they score, we score, they score, Dude, what the hell, bro? Like what is this? Like it was
Yeah, bro.
literally a circus. And then against Celta de Vigo was the same thing. We scored, they score, we scored, they score, and it was crazy, man. And then in that second half, we turned it up, and we were able to play great defensively. So I'm just hoping that he can, keep this thing like straight up and be able to just play these, pick up right where he left off on that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think Athletic Club are getting a little bit of a break just because we don't have our midfielders. Like we don't have Pedri and we don't have and we don't
The
have
youngest
Frankie.
offended.
I guess Pedri is literally back, but we just don't want to play him and rush him and do the same thing what happened to Rafinha. And literally, that's exactly what happened. We're trying to rush Rafinha back to the Clásico, and now all of a sudden he was out for another month just because we were trying to rush him back. And that was a I don't know, that was a stupid move by the medical staff. By the way, I don't know what the hell is going on, man. But
Do you think
I'm
Pedri's going
just
to start
hoping.
against Chelsea?
Yeah, Pedri.
Do you think that he'll start against Chelsea?
Yeah. Pedri will start against Chelsea. So our midfield will be back against Chelsea. I think it will be huge.
Okay.
I don't want to get into that game, but I think basically our team will be back for the Chelsea game like 100%. I think we'll have Rafinha back, Pedri, Frankie, Joan Garcia, and everybody else that we will already have. So I think Athletic Club is getting a little bit of a break here,
Yeah, yeah.
but I still Barcelona will still be able to win. I think we'll have either Casado and we'll have and I think we'll have Olmo playing sort of like a double pivot, just the same way we played against Chelsea. I'm sorry, Celta de Vigo. And Olmo had a great game against Celta. He had a great game in the international break. So I am hoping that he's back, bro. That's another X factor. Like if we can get him back, but it's a big if. But if we can just get him back at least for one more game against Athletic Club, I think we'll do just fine. We're 3 points away from Madrid, and we'll talk about Madrid against Elche. I think you guys are playing on the road.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys
Yep.
are going. They're a Madrid team as well, aren't they? Aren't they from Madrid? I think they are. I can't remember, but
I'm not
I
even
don't.
sure, to be honest, bro. Like, what we
I
saying.
think Elche. It's very near Madrid. If I don't, if I'm not mistaken, but you guys are going to Elche. They are currently. Let me check right now. I think they're 11th. Elche is 11th. They started the season, bro, as one of
Really
the
well.
better teams. They started the season as one of the better teams in La Liga, and all of ever since the I think the first 8 games, they're on a free fall right now. They
Yeah.
lost to Barca in the not the last game, but the second to last.
Hmm.
And they drew. Let me see who they drew against. Oviedo was it? They drew against Real Sociedad. That was not bad. Barca was a loss. They lost to Espanyol. They drew against Athletic Club and
Hmm.
they lost to Deportivo Alaves. But before that, they had an incredible run where it was only Barca and Elche, the only two sides that were undefeated in the season that didn't have a loss. And now all of a sudden they are on a free fall, the 11th place.
Yep.
But they are still pretty good team. Like that,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we beat them on 2 transition plays right to begin the game. It was within 15 minutes. They wanted to possess the ball and they were trying to attack, which give them credit. That's more than half of the teams will do against us. And that they're a team who they're fearless, man. They're whether they win or lose or draw. This is a fearless team. Like they'll attack, they'll go try to look for a goal. Why not? Rather than this Osasunas of the world, right? Mallorca's of the world. They like to hit you with a low block. They sit back, they're pin the ears back, and they're trying to get you in transition. This team is a team that will probably beat you guys on ball possession. And they're gonna try to hit you guys and score, right? They're that's what they are. That's kind of their identity. That I think they're one of the I think they're top 3 in possessing the ball right now in
Crazy.
La Liga. So of
Crazy.
course, Madrid not being one of those teams who like to possess the ball, they're probably gonna be okay with that since they have Mbappe, Vini, and we all know the kind of team that you guys have. But how do you see this game playing out yourself? I think it's gonna be a little bit more difficult than people think, but I don't know. I don't think Elche has anything for me this weekend, bro.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a difficult match because of the way that Elche play. Like they're not a team that's going to sit back, which I think will be their undoing because that's how you beat Madrid when you don't have quality, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool, they press the life out of us, but Liverpool have a lot more quality than what Elche do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought, against Barcelona, I was very impressed by Elche. I thought that
Yeah.
they could have maybe even got something from that game. They just
Yeah.
weren't clinical. So
They
like
hit the
that's them.
post. They hit the post 2 times.
Yeah, bro. And then didn't Szczesny make like one really good save as well, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was.
So look, they're gonna definitely have a go, and they're at home as well. Their fans are gonna be up for it. But here's the
They
thing:
fearless.
I like these tactics. I love when teams play like this against Real
Mm-hmm.
Madrid because I hate when we have to break down a back five, a low block. It's jarring, right? That's when we truly struggle. I
Mm-hmm.
think we're gonna have a lot of space in this Elche match, and I think Mbappe. Don't be surprised you see a brace, right? Don't be surprised if maybe we end up scoring about 4 goals, maybe. I definitely think that it's going to be interesting to see how the squad plays and what kind of result we get just because of the form that we were on heading into the break, right? Drawing
Mm-hmm.
against Rayo Vallecano, getting battered by Liverpool,
Mm-hmm.
back-to-back matches, 0 goals, right? I think what the squad needs right now is an absolute whooping, right? In terms of
Yeah.
giving it to
Yeah.
another team. Like we
Uh,
need to go out there and score as many goals
yeah.
as
You need
possible.
a confidence booster. You coming off
Yes.
Rayo Vallecano, basically a stinker, and you lost against Liverpool a game you should have lost probably 3-4, the 4-1 or 4 or 3-0 something.
Minimum, we should have lost by 4. God
Yeah.
bless Courtois. God bless Courtois. That could have been bad. That would have been way worse than the Madrid derby. I'm telling you, if it was not for Courtois, like they would have wiped the floor with us. So it's like you said, bro. We need
Mm-hmm.
a confidence booster. I need as many goals as humanly possible against Elche. That means if we got to score 7, 8, 9, I want us when we go up by a lot. I need us to keep our foot on their neck. I don't want to see the tactics switch up to okay. Now we're just trying to keep possession and run out the clock. No. If we're up 2-3-0, I need more. I just
Yeah.
want to we need to be ruthless against
Yeah.
Elche because they will give us space. They will.
I got a question. How does Militao being injured changes things, especially with the lineup? Who do you guys have? Is Dean back? Is Alaba gonna be an option here? What's the deal?
Yeah, I mean, so Militao being out 100% hurts us because
Yeah.
this season,
He's been the
Militao,
best. He probably arguably one of the best players for Madrid. And as Dave made a point the other day on Chaos, he's been probably the best center back we had up until this point this
yeah,
year.
I mean, bro, I think it's him and Gabriel Magalhaes. Funny how both best center backs in the world arguably are Brazilian, which is mad when you think about it. But
Yeah, that's true.
Militao, he's been up there, right? He's been performing at a very high level, which has surprised me because the last 2 seasons he's torn both his ACLs. So I didn't really have faith in Militao being able to stay fit for as much as he has.
He probably feels rejuvenized by resting for 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, maybe, but I thought he was finished. Like,
Yeah,
because bro, tearing both your ACLs, like those aren't small injuries. So he's come back very
for
well.
sure.
And now that he got injured in a meaningless friendly against Tunisia, like Carlo Ancelotti's really pissed off a lot of us because you were the manager at Real Madrid. You know firsthand the injury problems that he's had. And Brazil played 2 games in the span
He ain't
of
trying to do no favors to Madrid, bro. They fired him.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. This guy's always talking about how much he loves Madrid. Here's my thing. If this was the World Cup qualifier, I get it. If you're playing a friendly against France, Portugal,
was it in the first half or your second half? Second half, right?
Yeah, second half. Like, because Dave said against Senegal, because Dave was at that game. He said, yo, in a friendly, Militao played 80 minutes. And then you go out there and then you start him right away. In friendlies, Brazil already qualified for the World Cup. In friendlies, especially against small nations, you should be rotating, seeing what the fringe players can give you. Things like that, right? You don't need to go so strong in games like this. So now we don't have him.
Especially with the type of form that he's on, like, he's a starter already. Shouldn't you be trying out like second line type of player
to see what backups you might like want to bring with you to the World Cup, etc. So I think Carlo got it wrong there, but it's a big blow for us, bro. Especially because all of our games coming up, except for Girona, in theory, are going to be difficult, right? Like Elche, Olympiacos, and the UCL next week, because we're going to Greece, right? It's not even like they're coming to our ground. We have to go to Greece, right? After that, we're playing Bilbao. Well, I think after that is Girona, then Bilbao.
Yeah, I don't think your schedule is that bad. You won't miss.
I mean, the thing is, it's not bad, but it's not a cakewalk. Like, it's not like where I'm sitting there like, nah, but I think we will be fine.
But who starts? Is it Dean
or has to be Housen and Asensio?
So Housen is 100% back. He left the training camp for the Spain national team as well.
Yeah. I mean, but the report came out, and remember, I sent it in the group chat, kind of like laughing. But they said he's fit to play against Elche. So I have to take their word because they didn't have any training today.
Classic Florentino Perez move. He's injured in the international break, but he's good enough to play.
He felt the knock. But what about Courtois? What about Valverde? I don't even know if they're available. Because remember, in the last break, remember when Housen left early because he got injured during training for Spain? And remember, we all thought, we just pulled one over. He's going to
so remember, Courtois is not on the injury report, at least not for SofaScore or FootMob. Courtois is not on the injury report.
Okay, yeah, because remember, him and Valverde, they both got injured against Vallecano, remember? So they didn't go on international break. But when we thought that Housen was going to be fit last time, remember, Housen missed Juve.
Yeah.
Like, so, it does make me a little bit nervous, but I think Housen and Asensio, that's the way to go because we're not going to play the back three because Tchouaméni is injured. Tchouaméni's not available for this game. So, yeah, I think it'll be those two. Makes me a little bit skeptical, right? I think Asensio defensively has been better than Housen lately, but I really need Housen to step up.
Damn, so is Tchouaméni out until December? That many games?
No. Tchouaméni, actually, yeah. Because remember, this is the last week of November.
Yeah.
I think Tchouaméni's coming back, I believe, after Olympiacos. So he might be there for the game after that or the match after that.
This isn't the last week. Next week is the last week.
Yeah. Next week.
Oh, is that what you said?
Thanksgiving, remember? So, like, that's like the last week of November, essentially. So, yeah, I think, they were saying that he'll be back, like, shortly after the break. But I think he'll be there for Man City, which is the main thing. Like you're gonna definitely need Tchouaméni for that game. But yeah, we do have quite a bit of injuries at the moment, bro. But
Yeah.
I think that will be fine though.
Yeah, you guys have an easy stretch until the end of the year, and we'll have the difficult stretch. You guys will have the difficult stretch at the beginning of of next year, and we'll have an easier stretch during that time. So it kind of balances out. Right now,
Yeah.
it's a good time to get some of these injuries, which was kind of good for us too. Like even though like the injuries, right, it really hurt us this season. We had to
Yeah.
play against Madrid without being fully healthy. That was a bad game that we had to play, like a difficult game with all our injuries. And I think maybe one game in the UCL, but other than that, like we have been able to win these games even without our players. We'll have to see. Hopefully this Saturday we'll do the same thing without Pedri and Frankie. But it's a little bit of the same now that the tougher stretch comes along for us. We have our healthy squad, so that'll probably even things out by the end of the year, dude. I'm very excited for La Liga in this final stretch because for us specifically, it's going to tell us a lot of where we at in terms of winning football, in terms of Champions League, in terms of not just Champions League, but just championship games. For example, if we're playing Atletico Madrid, if we're playing Betis, if we're playing Villarreal, and if we're beating these teams, then now we're sending a huge message to La Liga, a huge message that we're trying to win everything that's in front of us, right? But for example, like if we start losing these games that are the difficult games, then we're probably looking at a team that's not ready to win this season. So I do love it from that standpoint of having a little bit of a tougher stretch because it'll just kind of show us who we are. But nah, man, overall, what's your prediction for the Barcelona game? I forgot. And what's your prediction for the Real Madrid game? And then I'll give you my prediction, and I think we'll just wrap it up.
Okay. Okay. So early, because I wasn't even thinking about scoreline predictions. I would say, okay, so my early prediction, this may change on Chaos though. So like don't
I'm not gonna hold you to it.
Because I wasn't thinking about that. Okay, I think Barca, give me Barca 3-1. Barca 3-1. And I'm thinking Madrid 4-1 against Elche.
Oh shoot. Madrid 4-1. I am thinking, well, in terms of the Barcelona game, I already said if Barca it's fully healthy, if John Garcia is back, it's 3-0. If Chesney plays, I'm thinking like a 4-2. It'll be more of an open game. It'll be more. It'll depend on Iñaki Williams too. Like Iñaki is a big striker for them. Like if they don't have him, they're not going to be as clinical. They're not going to be able to score as much. I don't think. They do have a good defense though. Like Athletic Club, they're very underrated defensively. Like they haven't been getting good results, but they have been. They're not conceding a ton of goals. They have Laporte, who has played for the national team. Vivian has played for the national team. Unai Simon is the goalkeeper for Spain. So I mean, they don't concede a lot, but I still think that our offense will be ultimately will be better, and we'll be able to get the better of Athletic Club at the end of the day. A quick question. I've been asking people this. Who, and I don't expect you to know this, by the way, but since you do watch-alongs, maybe you should know this. Who was the last person who scored at the Camp Nou?
The last person.
Who was the last player who scored at the Camp Nou before we moved to Montjuic?
Before you move to Montjuic.
I'll give you a clue. Okay. He has been in the last 3 months. He has been in the injury report.
In the last 3 months?
Yeah, since the last 3 months. So we had so many players on injury. We had Pedri, we had Rafinha, we had Gavi, we had John Garcia. We have had a ton of. Who would you say if I'm telling you that it's
Is it Gavi?
Gavi is the last one. Yeah.
Is it Gavi?
Gavi
That's
is
why
the
you
last
asked me, because it's Gavi. That's why you asked me, because it's Gavi.
That's why I asked you, because you don't like Gavi, and Gavi is a baller.
Absolute scrub, man. Oh my days. I wish him nothing but the worst football-wise. Nothing but
dude,
the worst.
He's coming back. Dude, I told you, I was very well on my prediction. I said, be careful for Gavi this season. When he went down with the injury, he was literally the best player for Barca. He was
I
literally
don't
hands down.
agree. I don't agree.
Okay, who do you think it was? Because
I think Gavi was looking good in preseason
in
against
preseason,
K-pop fans and Squid Game contestants.
wow.
But that's because Value, that's his level, is the Korean league. That's why he was cooking there. When La Liga started, he was just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
don't think when Gavi is fit, I still don't think he should be starting for Barca, bro. I think Furman should be like in that midfield three. I don't think there's any place for Gavi with the 11.
no. Gavi is a really good depth player. I'm not saying that he's a like a world class type
Yeah,
of starter. Like I'm not saying that he should start 100%, but he's very underrated. Like that's the one thing that people don't understand. Like when I talk about Gavi and I give him his flowers, people think that I should be starting him every week. But
yeah.
it's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in terms of, like, for example, against Levante, he came on and the game was 2-0. He's helping out the team and with so much more intensity that we're just been lacking all over the place. Then Gavi is a player that can come in and help the
And I
midfield in
mean,
that
so
way.
I do agree with that Volume. Like Gavi, he is like a energy kind of guy, like a run around, kiss the badge, slide
And you
tackle.
need that type of player, bro.
For sure. Like you do need somebody that's not a good footballer, but just there to just round up everybody else. Hey, look, man, Gavi just do it for TikTok, bro. Let me just get in Jude Bellingham's face because then people will post it on social media. Like Gavi knows what he's doing, bro.
It's funny that people will say that not a good footballer and you're a professional playing in one of the best teams in the world.
I mean, look, I've already said anybody that's watching up until this point can vouch for me. I've said it on many watch-alongs. If Gavi can scam Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, into giving him their number 6, making him a prominent member of the first team, we can do anything in life. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot succeed. I'm telling you, bro. This guy Gavi, same thing like Ferran Torres, how he has finessed Man City and now Barcelona into keeping him for this long. It's wild to me. But obviously,
because
Gavi
he scores goals, bro. That's why. At the end of the day,
he does.
Come high or hell water, dude. If you're scoring goals, that's your job.
I mean,
that's the thing.
You know what's crazy, bro? I actually thought Ferran Torres, when Man City first signed him from Valencia, I thought he was going to do a lot better than what he has. I mean, like he's still been a deep. And to be fair, he's not trash. He's just a rotation squad player.
You can't make the national team in Spain. Now they do have a drought of strikers.
I was gonna say like they don't really have like a proper 9 at Spain.
No, if they had one, dude, I mean Spain will be. Imagine, bro, the Spain national team with the attack of France. That would be,
bro. Forget France. Imagine Spain with the attack of Norway. You imagine you had Holland and Sorloth for Spain.
Holy
Sorloth.
Smokes.
Oh my days, would cook. Holland would feast.
Yeah,
that's the only real weakness for Spain.
I remember the national team, the Brazilian national team in 2002 when they beat Germany 2-0, and it was literally, bro, it was R9 as a striker, it was Ronaldinho, it was Kaká and Rivaldo all together playing in the same club. It was such a cheat code, dude. It was like it was like a slam dunk. Like nobody could touch these teams.
It was like the Monstars.
How they would. Yeah, sometimes the stars just align, and unfortunately for Spain, they haven't had that striker since I think probably Fernando Torres and David Villa were probably the last two strikers that they probably had. But now, man, it's been a good episode. It's 34 minutes. I think we should wrap it up. I think this is good right here. And man, I appreciate you. Everyone who's watching, subscribe to Football Carnage, man. Will, thank you so much for your time, bro. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you for having me on. Big up, my guy.